reviewed the minutes from last meeting. Do we have an approval for meeting? Second, all in favor?
Yes.
And we just signed the the minutes from last meeting. We've got a new business. We were gonna go to number 2 actually first, the annual financial review. We'll go back to number 1. Lindsay Bishop's gonna be here from the Dana Boosters. So annual financial report, 2025.
So you were emailed the report. I don't know if
Yes.
anybody had a chance to look at it.
I did.
Here's a hard copy right here, and then I have it on the screen. So I'm not going to read anything. I'm going to read one thing on the report, which is what's on the screen right now. But we can turn. We will answer any questions you have, as long as you want to stay till morning.
All nighter.
But I did want to point out the cash balances as of the end of the year. So as of December 31. There were $463,305 in the rainy day, $371,273.64 in general, $99,030 in township assistance, $581,347 in township fire and EMS, and for the fire cum fund, $195,473.
Yep.
On the receipts, any transfers that went in and out are also receipts. So there's some small transfers of the disbursements of $318,000 out of the general fund. That's really like $218,000 because we took $100 and put into the rainy day fund.
Yep.
So we didn't spend that. Everything else is pretty accurate.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on the annual financial report for 2025? I know we went over it last week too, and we got sent.
On this, the rentals,
What page?
page 5, sorry. It was under general.
Rentals, 888,
Yeah, and then there was another one on,
fire.
yeah.
The fire one is for hydrants,
Oh,
Clinton Township.
Clinton
oh
Township.
yeah, okay.
And this rental is, we rent some of our IT equipment,
Okay.
so.
Right. That was my only.
Those are good answers, though. We rent because it had to be updated,
Yes.
and it's cheaper to
Yes.
rent it
Cheaper to-
versus buying it all the time.
And for the hydrants, it's just 2 we rent out, right?
The
Ernie
one at
Powell.
Van Dyne, or one at Ernie Powell School, and the one underneath the water tower on Rangeline Road. There's a water. There's one right there.
Okay.
And the rental includes unlimited water if they want to use that of them.
The only thing they have to do there is report out what they use.
They don't even ask for those reports
Okay.
anymore.
Okay.
That was a different person running the show down there.
That's all I had.
Brenda, do you have any questions on?
I don't think so.
No, so I didn't see anything.
I looked at it. It looks
Yeah.
pretty much like the same. So yeah, I'm
Nothing
good.
jumped out either on there.
That was easy.
So
We need a motion to approve that.
go ahead and sit over here. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
We're going over the financial review right now report, and then we'll get back to you, Lindsay, on the.
All right.
Okay, we have voted for the accept the annual financial review for 2025.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second,
Yes.
all in favor? Everybody's in favor?
And she's gonna want some signatures, right?
Yes. All right, so we do have to put numbers in the newspaper along with our certification. So here's the certification. I will need Jason, you to sign twice. You'll sign as the township board chairman, and then you also sign as the township board down here. And option 1 is this report was received, accepted, and approved by the township board at its annual meeting this 9th day of February. Okay? So as long as you guys all voted, that'll be the one you sign is option 1. So Eric, if you want to sign the third line. Brenda, the second line.
Lindsay, how are you doing?
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, doing good.
Good. Jason, you'll sign above that and then above there where it says Township Board Chairman as well, so.
Right here on this one.
Yes,
Organize
there's
your
one
life.
for the
This is you.
trustee.
That's yours.
You
Mine's
see where it
here.
says Township Board Chairman?
Right there above Brenda.
Yeah, you'll do
Yeah.
both.
He's got 2 places to attest.
And wanting to quit early on us.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure I did it right and,
Yes, you did.
okay. If not, we'll have to reprint that and go again.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll jump back over to the first item of new business, Lindsay, Dana Boosters. Welcome again to the meeting.
Sorry I was late. My
You're
husband
good.
was home late and I was running around like crazy. I'm just coming from, I'm the Festival of Lights chairperson. And we've worked with you guys for a few years with supporting the Festival of Lights, but I know that the ball has been dropped and my partner that was supposed to be my partner, well, was Sarah Benskin. And, you know, things got weird. She was sick, blah, blah, blah. So over the years, things have just not gone super smoothly. So I'm trying to rebuild it. Last year was kind of a mess because she got sick and then I was trying to do it myself. And so anyway, moving forward,
Yes.
I wanted to bring you guys an expense report since you made the sponsorship of $1,000. So now you can see the income and then the expenditures, and we do have a little bit left, but that was part of the contract is to provide. So I have copies for each of you. I know you're not a board member, but you can keep it for record. Yeah.
She's the most important one
Yeah.
here. Thank you.
Ouch. True.
I'm the one that puts it in the file.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
She's the IT director.
So, yeah, so you guys, I just put them in order of sponsorships. So we ended up with, I think this is one of our better years, but 59.35 was the total of sponsorships. And then, you guys should have gotten a Christmas, yeah, this one. I did that, which was the first
Yes.
time I've ever done that, but
That
I
was
think
neat.
that was not too bad. It was like $80. I did purchase porta potties. Well, actually, Josh and I, that was our donation from Hendricks. Bishop Grain Farm. That was our sponsorship, was porta potties. I don't think a single person used them, but it was like 20 degrees. I don't know who would want to use a porta potty
Yeah.
when it's 20 degrees anyway. But I was trying to. I talked to the school, and the school didn't want to be a part of it anymore for various reasons. But part of it was the year that they were. Well, now they've added a wall and different things, so the layout's not the same. But they used to house Santa, and they didn't ever tell me like at the time, but afterwards they said they didn't really want to be open or because that was like the go-to bathroom spot,
Uh-huh.
and people were just coming in there only to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And no one said anything to me about that. So I was like, well, maybe I need to be more focused on bathrooms. Anyway, but next year, hopefully, the Ernie Pyle bathrooms will be open.
Yes.
So hopefully that won't be an expenditure next year. But anyway, I did try to purchase things like the signage I can reuse and different things. But so we spent 52. So we have almost, almost 785 left. So we're going to put that aside and I'll be able to use that next year. Which this is the first year that I've been able to actually dog ear the money because it kept getting sort of just dumped back into the operating. So hopefully next year with a little bit of a head start. But we were kind of freaking out. Well, I was fine with it because the whole point of this event is it's supposed to be a self-sufficient sponsorship based. Like we're a non-for-profit, so it's not like we have tons and tons of money in our checking account. But because last year we ended up being sort of negative because of the fact that sponsorships dropped and letters didn't get out and things ended up taking out of our operating. So my board and my, they were freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I pulled through.
But you
But
did very good.
that's
Yeah.
the point of the event is just, to operate on sponsorship. So anyway, I wanted you guys to have that. And then I also just wrote up a little letter I didn't request a dollar amount for next year, but there's an actual written up letter of financial request for 2026 because I know you guys.
Oh, you're on it.
I like that. Yes.
So that way,
I just liked the card.
the card was fire.
The card was sufficient.
So, yeah. So Andy, well, I gave him credit on the back, but Andy Peter, is the photo guy for he posted these on Facebook. So I just said I had told him I wanted them
Yeah.
or wanted some for this, but he was like, "Oh, just take them off Facebook." So yeah, I stole his pictures once they were posted. But
Good.
yeah, I'm trying to, because we get a lot of sponsors that don't actually come. So I thought that way.
Yep.
And this year, I think the turnout would have been better. Like I had more floats lined up. I had the North Vermilion band was going to do a static, like music for an hour, and but with the weather, I mean, it was beautiful if you were
Yeah.
here, but people
Yeah.
that had to travel here. So I had a bunch of people cancel last minute, and then when the schools all canceled their evening events, then the band couldn't come in. So I'm trying to grow it. Still, but I'm also just trying to maintain. So
Yeah.
we had other ideas to add because we just kept adding things. But
It's a very good event. I have a lot of good feedback on again the weather this year kind of helped people
Yeah.
back, but I've had a lot of people
yeah,
say really good things.
the only complaint I've heard is people are like, "Well, if I told you who complained, then it would be probably not relevant." But
Talking about me?
No.
Here we go again.
No. Talking about Lou Perry, but he like I get a lot of complaints that the floats are the same, and I'm like, I understand the floats are the same, but and we are trying to get more local input, like people to enter the floats, but in my opinion, it's once a year,
Yeah.
and they're pretty. Like
Yeah, they are. Exactly.
I mean, $4,000 is a lot of money, but that's even a discount because there's 24 floats.
hmm
I mean, so I've had opinions that that's too much to spend. It's $180 a float basically.
Okay.
So, but if we get all of them, all 24, they give us basically 4 floats free.
Yeah.
So, I have just paid the amount, and
Yeah.
they do a good job, and they show up, like they don't cancel unless you cancel. So even when the weather was bad, they, but I've had suggestions that we don't have we don't pay for the lighted floats, and we just do local entries, and that's what we tried to do at the beginning, but it just wasn't.
You didn't get enough.
Now I feel like it's built up enough
Yeah.
that is why people come. So I wanna keep growing the parade, but
yeah, with local and
Yeah.
what we have coming in.
So, the Vermilion County Foundation, Western Indiana Foundation, does some mini grants.
yeah, and I had planned to do that, but I didn't realize. Yes, I started too late. So next year we've got.
Yeah, they have certain dates that
Yeah, they
do
do
those
like
on, but-
quick grants. I think up to $2,500, but you just have to have it to them by the 15th of the month prior to your event. Like, so I would probably need to submit 15th of October to have them process and review it in November, so we'd have the money before the event. Because the only thing is they won't do reimbursements. They won't do
Right.
Oh, your event is passed. Here's the money.
Oh yeah.
So I think last year I just dropped the ball, but yeah, that is something I'm going to look into next year.
All right. Thanks.
So thank you guys.
Is there any?
Yeah, thanks for putting it on.
For next year. I know you haven't put a money amount on there. Is there anything specific money wise you're looking at? I know we did 1,000 this year on there, but just
No, any amount is great.
Okay.
I mean, I know when we first started doing this, I think 500 was what, but I know Kevin has been a little bit less interested in supporting it because we've already talked about this. But I'm trying to do better and trying to put my foot forward and trying to get more organized now that it's just basically, I mean, I'm kind of heading it up, but I have help.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, I kind of been doing it and know what I'm doing. And so
Yeah.
I'm not very good at delegating. Let's be honest.
I understand.
But I'm not looking for a certain amount, so whatever you guys are.
Your other events, you keep like this. You have this almost $800 set aside just for next year,
Mhm.
For the Christmas.
and like you do Halloween and
Yeah, and Halloween is sort of we just use. I mean, that's not such a large event, so we don't have as many expenses. Like so, Halloween and Easter. I don't know exactly what funds, because that's like Betty does Halloween and like the chili cook-off. Danielle Jackson kind of heads that up, but that's a fundraiser in and of itself. But yeah, so this money is specifically, and that's what I said. Finally, got it dog-eared that it's going to
That's
stay
good, yeah.
specifically for
Specifically,
the
okay.
festival of lights. So, and Joni does everything. Joni is our treasurer, and she does everything with one checkbook and by hand. So I just said, if we can't make it like, if we can't make it like in the same fund so that it's just separate,
Yeah.
we're gonna move it out of we're gonna just
Totally.
physically move it
Yeah.
out into our
Into a
savings,
different-
and then
yeah.
at the beginning of next year we'll put
You'll
it back
have that
before
on
the
there.
event, we'll put it back in, just so it's not as confusing. So
Yep.
Do you wanna determine a dollar amount tonight? Or you
Well,
wanna think about it?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we either do two ways. You determine tonight, or if you want to go down the road and say you have something specific you would like to ask later down the road. Once you get more background information,
Yeah,
what you
there's
have.
no
or something.
rush.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
what-
we
No,
have-
it's up to you guys. Really, I mean, the
How
biggest
far out is a
expense-
good time for you to know?
I think this year our goal is to ask other organizations within the community to be a part of it earlier and to start.
That's what I was wondering.
So I
Yeah.
think we're gonna
In
ask.
case you need more.
Yeah. So
right.
like Ernie Pyle, Ernie Pyle, how they're open on that night, and they do. The junior leaders run crafts out of the basement and things. So I thought maybe having them more involved than just the door open type of thing. So I'm working on. The thought is to get the ball rolling in like August or even July. But I don't know. I mean, these things are what we've been doing. So these expenses. So the biggest one, of course, is the actual parade. We used to have a reindeer, but the reindeer was like $1,500
I heard
just
they
for
were
like
expensive.
an hour.
Yeah.
And then so that's why when Hobson Adventure Farm offered their
Camel.
nativity, so they've got the camel, the sheep, the donkey, the whatever. So we've been doing that, and they love coming, so that's been really good. We talked about in the future, since we have which he doesn't charge us anything, but for the horse-drawn carriage ride,
Sure.
we thought it'd be fun to rent one of those inflatable ice skating rinks and set it up down at like the Ball Diamonds. And so Jerry would be the way to get out to the Ball Diamonds, like make a destination. I need to look into what the pricing. I think it was close to 15 or 2,000, and I think you rent it for like a weekend, so we could set it up on Friday, like the weekend before, and even have it like an all weekend thing where maybe we'd have people just come skate, but then that night too, it could be a destination as part of the event, and then they'll come tear it down. So we've thought about, these are ideas that we'd had to add to make it kind of keep growing. We thought about a market. But the lighting is an issue because you can't have people just wandering in the dark with now. So we haven't really figured that out yet. But we're always looking to grow it. But I just wanted to be consistent about maintaining. So I don't think there'll be any additional expenditures than what is already there next year. So, I mean.
Is there a reason it's always on Monday?
That's when they've always done it. So that's what, because the boosters started it way before I turned it into a whole event.
So what I think
I'm just
I
curious
know,
because people.
Well,
It's school night.
well,
It is school
I'm
night.
just curious.
the floats, as I understand it, cost more on the weekend
Oh,
than through
okay.
the week.
I think that's part of it. Also, they're almost impossible to book because
For
the
a week.
weekends are so.
Okay.
The weekends of December are so.
Sought after.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and Rockville does their event. The Rockville Hometown Holidays is like that same weekend as ours, like the first weekend of December. So then it's just competing. And I know Crispin does theirs on like a Wednesday because theirs is always after ours. No, I mean, it would be better to do a weekend or maybe a Friday night, but I think it's the same issue. Like, I think the booking is just, I could reach out, but I think this was all started as just like let's turn on the town lights and have Santa. And that was like
Smaller
10
event
years
and
ago
that,
or whatever. So that's what it always had
How long
been.
ago already?
It's been a while. I mean, it was before I was involved. It was just Santa and
been way
lights.
A few people.
Yeah. And so then I thought it'd be fun to make it a thing. And
Yeah. It's done very good.
so it's grown, but I just need, with more support. But yeah, so anyways, I'll stop talking. But
So I'm 95% sure before next winter, down at the museum, those restrooms will be
Yeah.
available, and there is going to be a brick patio picnic area,
Yeah.
and there will be lighting down there.
Yeah. So that could
So
be
that
something
should help
cool.
you some.
Yeah. Is there exterior power sources there?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so there could be opportunities to grow, and that's the whole thing has been, like, when we first started doing this, the museum wasn't involved, and they've opened their doors
Yeah.
and made that as part of it, and so, yeah, I just want to make it a more community, like, not just us, but get more people, more organizations involved, so, but yeah, so we might grow and change or get new ideas, but, so anyway, the dollar amount is up to you. I mean, we've done okay. This year was pretty good, really better than I
All
expected.
right, Brenda, do you guys wanna do one tonight and how you wanna do it?
I personally say hold off and see how much they're gonna need when it gets a little closer.
Well, and I think if you're gonna apply for your grant
Yeah,
later on this year,
Yeah.
if you wanna do some fundraising, that'd give you a little time to,
right.
if some of these other ideas that you're
Yeah.
floating around,
That's
if,
true.
So let's hold
You know.
off
Yeah.
until October-ish when we do our budget time meetings, and we can
Yeah, that's
settle a
fine.
contract then.
I just thought I would come while Festival of Lights was fresh and give you guys.
I do like that,
Fill
yeah.
out
but
my
absolutely
report.
come back.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
But I wanted to make sure, because part of the contract was to.
You have two
show
very
you what
large
we spent,
fans sitting on the
and-
other side of that wall.
So. Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
While she's here, are you staying for the meeting?
I'm not. My child and husband have not eaten, even though food's on this.
So,
It's fine. It's a crisis. I don't know what they would do without my existence.
Lindsay and Josh, with the help
Oh, yeah.
of Betty Umbarger, are taking over the food pantry work.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay.
Yeah, I've
Excellent.
made my first
Thank you for
purchase.
doing
for
She's
them.
made her first delivery
Yeah.
here.
We're still getting the bank account stuff switched around, but yeah, I'm Josh and I will probably, mostly me, will be the buyers, and then Betty's gonna help keep the bookwork and the banking, just because when we're in the field, either of
Yeah.
us are gonna be able to do as much. So, but that way it wasn't as much responsibility for one person. So, I mean,
Thank
Marvin
you
did a
very
great
much.
job
You
too.
did
Thank
wonderful.
you for doing that.
So,
We really appreciate that.
I
from
just didn't-
boosters doing that.
yeah, sure.
It's a big advantage for Dana
Yeah.
to have that.
I agree. But I knew Marvin had done a lot, and I didn't know if I could dedicate, I didn't know how much time it would actually require. So I thought if we divided it a little bit
Yeah.
more, then maybe it would be a little bit easier to,
That's awesome.
so hopefully. But yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin said he's going to send me lists and do all the things, and I'll try to stop in. But if you guys have any questions or requests or need me, just
Yeah, we got a system where I just make I have more grocery list stuff.
this
Yeah.
fancy list.
Yeah, I mean a
IT
fancy list.
director, this is your time to shine.
And then I just take a picture of my phone and text her with the list.
Okay,
She's got it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
sounds
actually.
good.
You just tell her if you need our help, because I
Yeah.
can help.
Yeah.
I can't during the day except for on weekends, but
Sounds good. You need anything
Thank
else
you.
from me?
No,
No.
ma'am.
No.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming.
All right,
Appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Hey, have a
Thank
good
you.
supper.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Tell everybody at home
meatballs.
hello.
You know,
Yes, I
none,
will.
none of us have eaten, by the way.
No.
I guess I should
I
just
have-
start coming.
Oh,
over
really?
for
Yeah.
supper.
I have
Yeah.
it ready for me.
Oh, nice. See, that's nice.
Thank you
Lindsay.
again.
Lindsay,
Thank
take
you.
care.
See ya.
See you guys. Bye.
Okay, moving on. Now we go to 3 now. Township Assistant Standards and Guidelines for 2026. Update 2026 income guideline amounts.
Yeah, every year we go through the Township Assistant Standard and Guidelines, for Helt Township. And the only change that, Kevin advised me to do this year was to do the financial income guidelines, which we use 150% of the 2026 poverty guidelines that they put out for the
Yep.
federal. And so I've updated that, to those numbers, and I just need you guys to vote on that change for us and sign the township board resolution, adopting the new ones.
Okay.
I'm sorry, tell me that again. About the
126%?
percentage?
150%.
150, okay,
Yes.
yes. Okay.
Poverty level.
And that's at our option. So I did some checking. There are some townships, I just checked some of the bigger ones in Indianapolis, are at 130%, which I think is what I don't know whether it's for the food stamps, another agency uses 130%. But
EAP, right?
I think you're right, for energy assistance.
Oh, okay.
But the other townships use 150. So I mean, it's at your discretion. And I think the 150 is more suitable for us.
In our area.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I just need a vote on that and then to sign the resolution, say.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
accept that.
I second. Everybody in favor?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's in favor for it, so it's been passed, the 2026 income guideline.
And these guidelines, I have to have a copy out here available for everybody. I also keep one in the file. We take one up to the courthouse for the Vermillion County Commissioners to have in case there's an appeal. So,
Going back, I meant to ask too, on the annual financial report, you said that we have to post in the newspaper. Which newspaper do we post? in?
We've been using Park.
Okay.
I put an A on that. I sign my name at work with an A all the time and I
Oh.
hear, sorry, is that
No,
a
you're
problem?
good.
Okay.
No, we got to start all over the whole meeting.
man. Scratch it.
I should have started here with A, but
Okay, next we have update personnel policy, hand copy out of the policy.
Okay.
Hand copies out of the policy.
Just one sec. I did not get this out in time for you guys, so there's one for you, one for you. It's not very long if you want to.
it's the same thing.
Yeah. And then there's a front and back, okay? In 2023, we did a personnel policy, and you guys approved that at that time. I believe it was 23. Let me look here. I've got it somewhere. Yes, in May of 2023. We are now updating this to add the full-time fire personnel in to comply with FLSA. We're also revising it to update for the years of service to do the 10 years and over. So those are the changes that we had to make, correct?
Okay. For the vacation.
And I did read it today.
Yes, you did. And if you'd like to take that copy home, you're more than welcome to, and I'll just get you to sign this one. So. Like I said, I meant to get it emailed out before, but it didn't happen.
They can't win one. That's mine. Give me.
Any questions on this?
I'm good with it.
So you're the 28 hours, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And what is, what's the other lady's name?
Diana?
Yeah.
She's 7 week.
And she doesn't fall on
No.
that part of it.
She's
No.
a part-time and a
No.
seasonal, yeah.
Yep.
Our mowers fall into that seasonal. as
Seasonal.
well.
Yep.
How about, what's Chester, is he?
He's a contracted service.
Contract.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'll need
Still need a motion?
Yeah.
Make a motion to accept the resolution concerning the adoption of the personnel policy.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Yes.
All right.
So we're just
so
gonna sign this
A's-
one?
Yeah, you can just sign that way. You can take it home because you had one for you. Right?
Oh, no, a lot of stuff take home tonight. Okay, next we have resolution, acknowledgement of deputy trustee duties may include receiving, processing, depositing, dispersing, or otherwise having access to township funds in excess of $5,000 per year. It can be included under the blanket employee crime insurance.
Yeah, in 2023, you guys also signed a resolution for our insurance for the crime policy. Instead of bonding myself, it's actually just under the crime policy. Well, now that my title got changed from clerk to deputy trustee, they need a new one to update for their insurance. That'll
Okay.
come due in May. So they asked that we sign the new one, or you guys vote, make a resolution, vote, and then sign this for the new insurance company.
All in favor of letting Lori do her job?
I'm in favor. Okay, we have a motion.
Make a motion to,
Second it, and I'm in favor, so. We still use the same insurance company that when we switched over to?
Mhm. We're meeting with them next month, right? March.
March,
I don't know why I keep signing the top one.
It doesn't
That's good.
matter
I
on
could
that.
do this,
It
I
doesn't
could do this in
matter.
order. They're all, every time it's top to
So
bottom,
we're
bottom
meeting
to
with
top.
the same people, still the same
Right.
company name,
It's still
But
captured
they
in
have
their
been-
division.
purchased by a larger
Yes,
Oh, when did that
by
happen?
Gibson Insurance.
recently. And those people are crooks, right? The Gibson?
My daughter works for that company. And I'm like, so I was like,
Mhm.
is this your company? I text her after I got the message and she goes, yeah, how do you know this company? And I said, they actually do. And I said, they're wonderful people.
Yeah.
I think they're operating the same.
Yes, they actually own still, I mean, they're just a division of that.
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
They still own the Capstone. So,
Then we got down here the miscellaneous
oh
items.
my, I just was busy, aren't I?
Yes, exactly.
I don't get to do anything.
Nope, Kevin's gonna,
Keep us
Do you
on
wanna,
track
do
here,
you wanna
Lori.
explain why we're needing to put some more in the dues?
So,
and
yeah, I
subscription?
will.
Thank
So,
you.
and it's that insurance company's fault. So when we were at the ITA conference in September, they have an annual, well, like every other year, they have an annual meeting of the trustees that make decisions, change bylaws or whatever. I did not go to that meeting because our insurance company took us out for lunch at the same time.
oh, okay.
So I wasn't there to catch all that. But we have, for 100 years here, ever since I've been here, we have paid our dues based on population.
I think so. I just know that it hasn't never
No,
changed.
based on assessed value.
So
Oh, okay.
And so it's tiers. So if you're in a bigger area, you pay a larger dues.
Yep.
And ours has always been on the low end of those, like 4 or 5 tiers. And we've always been paying $250 a year. It may have went up once in 30 years, but that's what we were currently paying. They changed the way they're going to assess our tax, so to speak, to
Yeah.
belong. We belong to the ITA as a volunteer. We're not required to belong to that, but the law allows us to belong to an organization.
Mhm.
So based on the new tiers, they based it on the size of your budget.
Oh, okay.
And because you guys wrongfully have a large budget
Mhm.
and then you voluntarily reduced it in October,
Yep.
it threw us into the highest tier. So our dues went from $250 to $1,000, which I am going to
Yeah.
write a letter to them
Who
about
is
that.
leading
Yeah.
this pony show?
No doubt.
So we could claim a hardship and not pay that this year.
Mhm.
They're allowing that. But the training we get is worth a lot of money to me.
Okay.
And then they do the lobbying, you know, this
Yeah.
time of year and so forth. So I am kind of like, I want to pay the 1,000. We already, did I sign the check already?
Yeah.
Signed the check. But it's going to be under protest because I want them to know, not that they care,
Yeah.
how this has happened. So there wasn't enough money in the budget to cover that big of a jump. So that's why we're transferring this money.
Yeah, so, this is just reporting purposes only. You don't have to vote or
Yeah.
anything. It's in the same classification, but we're just taking it, there's money in drug awareness that we don't probably plan on using. So I'm moving just to 200 from drug awareness to dues and subscriptions
Okay.
to pay the additional.
So we had 800 in there.
We had some dues for Microsoft also. We
Okay.
had,
So we had a little more.
yeah, we had 1,000, but 200 went to
Yeah.
Microsoft, so, which I'd already paid.
Okay.
So I was short 200.
Okay.
So,
And now we're down to township facility.
So,
Kevin.
yeah. This is a conversation. Nothing's being, I want to make clear, nothing's being done here except I'm going to be doing some,
It says we're getting a new building.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to be doing some, gathering some information. Is that the way to put it? So we've been talking, Lori's been talking forever, and she never follows through, about doing some remodeling here because nothing's been done inside this building in probably 20 years at this point. So things are starting to show worn, you know, painting, floor coverings, ceiling tile. But I've never really followed through much because it's hard to figure out how we're going to do this and keep an office running with, you know, moving stuff.
Mhm.
So my new thought that I'm looking into is building a new office behind this one on the same property, just closer
Towards
to
that
the
alley.
alley. And in that building, in my thinking, it would contain a bigger boardroom to meet in that could hold 20, 25 people. So it could be used for some other meetings and so forth also. When I say 20 or 25 people, I'm saying people in rows of chairs, not necessarily
Yeah.
tables and chairs. That'd be a smaller group, but I'm thinking of that. And because this is really, it's just not big enough, especially now that we have to go live stream and so forth. It's just hard to do.
Yep.
Could be done, you know, we're doing it. But I'm looking into that. And then a new office, a separate office for Lori, a separate office for the trustee, and a decent restroom. I think just one restroom
Mhm.
that's ADA accessible, because what we have is just
Yeah.
not
Old. It's old.
working. A small storage room, if we wanted to have some tables that may or not be used, you know. And a very small, I see it as a recess section in the meeting room that would have a mini fridge or a small fridge, a microwave, and a sink.
And a coffee
So-
maker.
Yeah, room for,
Yeah.
yeah, but not a,
Now you're on to something.
we're not serving meals or cooking.
No, yeah, just-
No stove or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I'm picturing. And then I want to add,
Like a mother-in-law suite.
I want to add another restroom with a shower that you enter in from the outside. And this would be, you know, we do have, on occasion, we have a homeless client, and we're really not set up to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we don't have shelters here, and we're not in a financial position to do all that. We don't have the numbers to support that. But we do have clients that use the food pantry, and sometimes I ask, have no running water. And not an easy thing to get that solved for them long
Yeah.
term. This would be an opportunity that they can have a shower and a restroom that we would keep locked, but be available. And then nothing fancy, may just be a concrete floor, but I think that would get used. I think
Oh,
that,
you're right.
and then if we want to carry it farther, we could add a washer and dryer.
I was just
in
thinking
there.
the same thing when you were talking about that, because that's would be very beneficial for people
Yeah.
that can't do that.
So we could incorporate that.
Mhm.
And then somehow that building would connect to this building, perhaps maybe just an open, that's roof covered, or maybe a hallway I don't, depends on the fire code based on the square footage and so forth. So once that was done, then we would do the remodeling in here, which is simply going to be some paint, floor coverings, that bathroom still needs work that's there. And then our fire employee would use this space as their office rather than over there. Because now they're in a storage room, it's just not the best environment. And in my mind, this is just me thinking again, they wouldn't have to heat that whole building for him to have an office to work in. You know, they could keep that turned back when it's not being used, in my mind. And then the food pantry would stay where it is. But there's a storage cabinet, cleaning supplies and so forth in there. We could move, I want to use this middle room for storage, for file storage. Our files and their files that they got scattered all around there, and they got files in Hillsdale scattered around. We could get that organized in here with files, and our records are currently what we do. Most of our stuff is scanned and no longer retained, but what we do retain is stacked in boxes in the food pantry. And that would clean that food pantry up a little bit, give us a little more room in there. We might be able to, we might wall off where the furnace is, you know, a partial wall, just to make that more of a presentable. Yeah. And then the outside wall, we could, like these are, fur it out, insulate it, drywall it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's an ice cold room back there, even though the furnace fits in there.
Yeah.
All again, that could be done after we're moved over there. Mm-hmm. Now this is more available to get in and do the things that we need to do. So I'm not saying that we're going to do this, but my thoughts are I would write this list, this wish list that I just told you about, and then we would give that to an architect. I have one in mind in Terre Haute who would design a building based on what our needs are, rather than me saying I want this here and that there. Just tell them what we want the building to function as. And then they probably got 50 of these they've done in the past or whatever, and they could do that. I visualize it as another concrete block building myself.
Can't go wrong.
Maybe use the textured block like McDonald's, you know, a little nicer block.
Yeah, we could paint it.
Yeah, it'd be painted. Or if you want to go down and look on First Street, one of the Terre Haute buildings, I don't remember the name of it now. It's a big building, but it's a block structure, and it's got the textured block up so far, and then the smooth block, and then they're painted 2 different colors or whatever. But I don't think we need anything fancy. The block lasts forever, and that we can match this building.
Yep.
What square footage do you think in here?
I don't know. That's what they would tell me. Because there's rules on if you say I want so many people in a meeting room. Right. If I want tables and chairs for that many people, it's a larger square footage. Right. If I say theater style, it can be a smaller meeting room. So I don't want to get it too big, you know.
Yeah.
And then I picture it could be across our property line onto the newer property. A little bit.
The whole thing, right? Up
yeah,
to the building.
But the entrance would face the sidewalk out here. Mm-hmm. And I'm wanting to leave a gap between the two buildings because we have utilities there. Our sewer comes out, the gas line's there, our power comes in. I'm hoping we don't have to move all that. The power may have to get moved.
That might be.
But we could, if we only have 100 amp here. If we put a 200 amp in the new building and then kept this sub panel where it is, that might be, you know.
Question, would the food pantry part of it be accessed externally or internally?
Well, it was currently our clients come through that side door. They don't come through here.
Okay.
And we would
still be externally then?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I didn't know, because if they come here and then go through the file and then go back there, but they
No,
still come
We
from that
stopped,
side.
we, during, was it before COVID or right around?
right around COVID.
Yeah, we, started using that other entrance
Okay.
instead of having. the
And we have
other
the little
walking through.
buzzer on it, so we keep it unlocked during the hours. And when they open the door, it makes a screech.
Okay.
Put a
Annoying.
drive up window, put a window, slide the window open.
So
I
this
want-
is just.
One other question,
Yeah.
real quick on that. On the alley side of it, would there be like parking on
Oh,
the alley?
I'm sorry. So where I was going with that is, then I think we could make a parking area, at least for employees or whatever, between on our back of our property, behind the building.
Behind,
You
because the
come in
parking's
off
kind
the-
of rough here when,
Yeah.
that's why I was
You would
wondering.
come in off the alley, but between this new building and the building falling down, that could be a parking area with our names on the parking spot.
Yeah.
You put yours closest to the street.
Oh.
So I
Down
mean,
the road.
I would prefer to do it right out here.
The alley.
I would prefer to do it right out here.
Mhm.
But I just don't, I mean, how can we with this
With
building? And
That,
who
the
knows when
sidewalk going.
who knows when that building's ever gonna be taken
Yeah.
down?
I
Well,
know.
what about the sign? Are you still gonna think about the sign?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I intended to have something for you tonight on that, but Lori dropped the ball.
I just think that is a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
idea.
I
No.
agree with the sign.
Yeah,
I like
I knew
that.
you were gonna ask that and I was gonna have an answer for you tonight.
Well, I was just wondering if, location wise, with if you do decide to build a building, because you had talked about, can it go over the sidewalk?
So what I'm
whatever.
picturing, what if the state would allow it, is to have what's called a flag sign, you know what I'm saying? So here's your pole and here's your
Oh,
sign
yeah.
out over
Yeah.
the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It would have to be tall enough that, have to be
Nobody has to bonk their head.
10 to 12 foot off the ground,
Yeah.
so they can't run underneath it and smack it or whatever.
Yep.
That's what I got in mind, but I don't know what we can and cannot do. But I mean, there's buildings that have those signs out over the wall.
Awnings and everything else
Yeah,
too on there.
so I would think we could, but
Yeah.
the sign people will know.
So yeah, I'll follow up later this year on that one.
So then, yes.
Okay.
So then, farther down the road, I'm just with our property. If the day ever came that we want 24-hour fire personnel,
Uh-huh.
we still have room here to build another building here for sleeping quarters and that sort of stuff.
Showers and different things.
I know they'd rather have a whole new building and all that, but
Yep.
this would be a possibility. We still have the space to do that.
Well, I asked about the sign because if you're gonna have an entrance off of the side to the new part,
Hmm
you won't have this entrance, right?
No, this will stay here.
They
For
will.
the fire people coming in.
I didn't know if he would come in the side or not.
No,
I was just thinking that you could take this front and have a sign.
no,
right
this
up
will
there.
all just stay the
Just stay
same.
the same. Okay.
Because they could even have small meetings in here.
Or make their e-board.
Yes.
What's your thinking on putting the front of it facing this way instead of out here on the highway? You say you want to have the front of it out here?
Mm-hmm. Because the building's back here.
For the back half of the new building.
Well,
Our
Okay.
current building
right.
is
I'm with you.
here. I see the new building sticking over a little and back here.
Oh, okay.
And this
So
is the
you're gonna
sidewalk.
bump it that way.
Well, it might be it might be a deeper building than this one.
It
That's what
probably
I'm
will
saying.
be.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
They might look at the site and think this is not a concern. I just see it as a concern.
Yeah, for new construction next to the
Yeah.
bricks. Okay.
My wonder was
So I'm
If
still
we-
I'm still seeing our clients parking out here.
right. I just wonder if we're gonna build a new building, if that would help get this eyesore down.
They just don't
and-
have it's just a funding
Yeah,
issue.
that's true, yeah. Anything to help that along.
mean, I think
Anything to help
I
that.
mean, I think
Every time I
I
go
think it'd
by.
be done now. I heard a rumor that they've been talking to the guy that owns the post office. And he's interested in building a new building if they take the whole thing down. That's a rumor I heard.
An individual owns the post office
Mhm,
building,
yeah.
really? Oh.
Yeah, they
Just
just
did that wall.
contract those to the government.
Oh, okay.
Just did that wall on that side of the building too.
Yeah.
Stucco, whatever it's called on it. Okay. Anything
But
else?
I don't know that I would live long enough to see all that happen. That's my point. So we might as well.
Anything else for this meeting?
Yes, I have one thing. This is just something I thought you might find interesting.
Yeah.
This is a trivia.
Oh, okay.
I'm on another project, and in the process of that, I was crunching different numbers, different ways. How much do you think it costs Helt Fire on an average to go to a run, to go to a fire, or medical? Doesn't really matter. I just took the total number of runs for the year, divided it out by the cost to function that to run that department.
I would say
You said per run?
Mm-hmm.
3,500.
I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna guess 1,700.
Any kind of run,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be
Get the truck out.
500. I don't know. I have no clue.
So I'm happy with this part. I'm happy with $612 a run.
That's really good.
So I mean that's in my
A lot
opinion.
more.
Not that we had, the homeowner doesn't write a check for that
Yeah.
amount, but if they had to, that's not an astronomical amount of money.
Right, yeah.
Now that's the
I'm
same.
thinking truck running, fuel's burning.
I was thinking that, insurance and everything.
So what this
tied up
does
in
not
it.
include, this does not include a really big part. This does not include buying trucks. This is just your annual costs to run the department and our insurance, which our insurance last year for the fire department was $34,009.80.
A lot less than I thought it was.
Yeah, I would have
I
thought
thought
it
it was more
was
than that.
double.
You want one more? Should we get more?
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to spend any more on insurance. I'm drawing the line because they always got something else they can sell us.
Oh.
But I think we're good. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting number.
That's very good.
That's all I got.
Okay. Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I can make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:23.
I second it. All in favor?
Yep.
Meeting's adjourned.